Hey y'all, what's good? It's your man, Roderick, and I'm here to bring you another take on some stuff that we've been hearing about defunding the police, and how NYPD was had $1 billion taken away from their budget. In this video I'm going to. It's a short 2-minute video by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I want y'all to be the judge of this video. I'm going to give you my take on the video myself, but I want you to be the judge of what she's saying if you've been paying attention to what's been going on in New York and nationwide with this whole defund the police thing. So without further ado, let's get into the video real quick.
I think there's something about this uptick in crime. Let me make something super clear for everyone here having this question. The New York City Police Department has not been defunded. Even with these budgetary changes that were proposed in City Council, A, they're not fully enacted. B, they aren't a real $1 billion in cuts.
All right, let's stop right there a second. What she said from the outset was exactly correct. NYPD has not been defunded, right? But then she goes on to say that it's not $1 billion, this, that, and the third. Well, if you go actually look at the New York City budget for fiscal year 2021, it's exactly $1 billion. Well, let me take that back. It's like $996 million that they're taking away, which is basically $1 billion, right? Give or take. Who's counting pennies, right? But the other part she is right about is about the uptick of crime. So let's see what she says about the uptick in crime here.
And see, it's not really, it's like these cuts aren't really real. And again, they haven't even happened yet. Literally have not even
They haven't happened yet. That's true.
So keep in mind that this uptick in crime that's happening right now is with a $6 billion New York City Police Department budget. So our $6 billion up to $11 billion, but our $6 billion budget has not prevented this uptick in crime. Okay,
here's where we got to go full stop right here with this, right? And she is right? She is right about the budget not curbing crime. The reason for the budget is not to curb crime. It's to keep police officers on the street. You can curb crime as much as you can with the personnel you do have, but taking away funding from them prevents them further from doing their job, right? And the uptick in crime is for many reasons, and AOC thinks she has it nailed in this video, but I'll let y'all decide on that. All right, I'll check this out.
We have funded more and more. We have shoved more and more and more money every single year into the NYPD, $6 billion, and it has not prevented this uptick in crime. So why? But let's back up. Why is this uptick in crime happening? Let's really think about it. Well, this uptick in crime, you know, the NYPD themselves have told a story that's disproven by their own data. At first, the NYPD, they went out and they said, okay, this uptick in crime is happening because of bail reform, because of all of these reforms that we had now. Wait, but they just released data a couple weeks ago that showed that out of almost all the people who have been found to have kind of committed crimes, etc., almost none have been re-released due to the bail reform.
Okay, so we got to stop there, right? The NYPD report she is talking about, the part she inclined to mention is in that particular report NYPD put out was statistics. One, that ended in their fiscal year of 2019, right? Bail reform came during fiscal year 2020. Okay, so that's one fallacy. The running report data from the NYPD coming out of 1PP is saying that the recidivism rate due to this bail reform is 46%. See, therein lies a problem. But see, there's another thing that AOC is not telling you either about this situation, right? That she's clearly discluding. I'm gonna play another video for you guys real quick, and I'll let y'all take a listen to people that are actually on the ground in the NYPD.
Fear among the NYPD that they might now be singled out and targeted by these rioters or people just looking to use the protests as cover.
Laura, everything you just said is 100% true, but NYPD is losing the city of New York, and we have no leadership in the city of New York right now, from City Hall through the brass of the NYPD. The men and women are being pelted with rocks, bricks, cars lit on fire, and this is continuous. We have a curfew that's been implemented tonight at 8 o'clock, and everyone is still out rioting in the streets of New York. If President Trump is watching this, I am asking the president to please immediately send federal personnel to New York City and monitor what is going on. If Governor Cuomo does not implement the National Guard immediately, then the federal government is going to have to step in. The NYPD is more than capable of addressing what's going on in the city of New York, but our hands are being tied. The rank and file members of all ranks have sent me numerous emails, letters, text messages, photos of how New York City is being destroyed. We have no leadership coming from City Hall. We are being told to stand down. This is the far left's version of broken windows. Everything is happening. We have a city that's being destroyed. The public that lives there is in fear for their own lives. I'm receiving videos, photographs, license plates of looters from citizens of the city of New York while cops are being pelted. We had a police officer last night run down with a car.
And therein lies the problem. Therein itself lies the problem, right? I mean, your current crime is going to go up when a mayor permits. All right, let me take that back. When a mayor says you guys need to stand down and pay nice and easy, right? People are going to be like, oh, well, the hell with this. They're not going to do crap to me. What are they going to do? Arrest me or release me in 3 or 4 hours? Right? I mean, the NYPD is in a crazy situation right now because they're being told to stand down for the most part. They can't go after people that are been accused of committing murder, things like that. I mean, it's just what is NYPD really there for? I mean, they're out there risking their lives without no end goal, right? Without no end goal, they're risking their lives to protect the good citizens of the city, while the rest of them demoralize them, throw rocks at them, throw bottles at them. Like I don't know if these people actually think this through, but these people have families too to go home to. They're only there to uphold the law, right? So why punish the bad ones? No, I'm sorry. Why punish the good police officers that are trying to hold the peace and not help go after the bad ones? I'm just saying there's many factors in that I can get into, but I won't. But that's just very simple. But let's get back to this video from AOC and let's see what else she's talking about. Why crime is escalating in New York City.
Like their actual crime data from the NYPD, not even independent data, disproves what they're saying. So why is this uptick in crime happening? Well, let's think about it. Do we think this has to do with the fact that there's record unemployment in the United States right now?
Yes.
The fact that people are at a level of economic desperation that we have not seen since the Great Recession. Maybe this has to do with the fact that
Yes.
people aren't paying their rent and are scared to pay their rent. And so they go out and they need to feed their child and they don't have money. So you maybe have to, they're put in a position where they feel like they either need to shoplift some bread or go hungry that night. Maybe it's the fact that unemployment provisions have not been given to everyone. Maybe it's because of the fact that some people still haven't gotten their stimulus checks yet.
Right. She's right. I mean, I can't say that I obviously, you guys know I don't agree with her often, but she's right. I mean, people in desperation will do desperate things. I mean, if we go back to the Great Depression, right? I mean, think about all the people that had to do certain things to survive. They were even taking their monies out of banks and burying them in coffee cans in the backyard. I mean, we're not at that level yet, but yet and still, people are out here still, they're out here looting stores now at this point, now that everything's been busted wide open, and they're taking what they need to survive. And I get it. What's that saying? Survival of the fittest. I get it. I completely get it. But on the other side of things, now here's where I got to go in on these politicians. We have to get back to work. We have to get back to work. I mean, are we going to bring up a destitute society? Right, a destitute group of people, right? I mean, we were open, right, for a brief period in time, and then when all this happens, we know we kind of have an idea on how things spread, and we have kind of already identified the vulnerable people in our communities. So why aren't we still opening our businesses so people can get back to work to survive? Because unemployment, some of these people that fought for unemployment at the first onset, their benefits are almost over. What are these people going to do? Or are they going to do another unemployment stimulus? Right? Like we have to figure out a way to get back to work during all this so people can support themselves. Or guess what? A lot of the food banks are running out of food. So what are we going to do? Where are we at in this? We're going to shut down the economy again so people will be standing in bread lines again like they were in New York. We've seen the pictures out of New York, the pictures out of Chicago, the pictures out of New Orleans. People standing around six square blocks, waiting for food. Two big brown bags of food is that's not what we're about. That's not what we're about. America is about being tough. America's about being gritty. America's about being about ingenuity. And we can make this work. We can get through this. We made it through the Spanish flu. We made it through the Hong Kong flu. We made it through swine flu. We can make it through this. These people are just overreacting to something that we know has a death rate of under 1%. Right. So we have to get on our politicians to get our economies back open and get folks back to work, right? So because I mean, even with closing your schools, right? I'm gonna touch on that a second. If they're not going to open schools, we're right back to where we were, right? We're right back where we were. Parents have to stay home; they can't go to work anyway because the kids can't go to school. So we have to, as a community, we have to find a solution to this and talk to our local school districts, our state boards of education, on our ideas on how to be open. It's not all up to the government with their ideas in all of this. It's ours. It's our community we have to worry about. So at that, I appreciate y'all tuning in, and We will see y'all again in the next video here coming.